Hola amigos. I'm super excited today. I actually just checked my email, and what I have in there is something too cool not to share with everybody. As some of you may know, Heritage, I believe it's one of the largest, if not the largest auction house in the country, is doing their Planet Hollywood auction on March 20th through the 24th. And amongst the multitude of amazing props and costumes that they have in their catalog, they have the classic Spider Man suit from Spider Man 3, the red and blue suit we all love, that Tobey Maguire wore in 2007 Spider Man 3, as well as the black Spider Man suit worn also by Tobey Maguire in Spider Man 3, which was the more emo, evil Bully Maguire, as they call him, version. I was actually very fortunate to be invited to their showroom to check out these suits in person. Unfortunately, though, when I accepted that invitation, I thought the suits were here in Beverly Hills. Unfortunately, those suits are actually in Dallas, where the auction is going to take place. But they did send me some videos of the suits, both suits, and it looks like these videos get up close, and we're going to be able to examine and just like look at the detail and the condition of these suits. So let's take a look. Okay, it looks like we actually have 3 Spider-Man suits for auction. First one being this beautiful Eve's New York Company promotional Spider-Man suit. Can you guys see that? Oh man, this one is just magnificent as well. Even though I did not get to watch and enjoy this when I was a kid, like many of you might have been able to, I always loved the colors and just how simple this costume is. However, it's the eyes for me, the small eyes. You guys see that? I'm a big fan of like small eyes on Spider-Man. I don't know why. I just think it makes it look more badass, more menacing. Well, this suit is only $800 starting bid. So the estimate looks like it's going to be around $1,000, but right now you can place your bid at 800 and hope for the best. It's pretty amazing. And then we have obviously the classic Toby suit, the one most of us know from Spider-Man 3, very similar to Spider-Man 2. Slight changes in color, but mostly the emblem was a little bit larger. You can't really tell here because it's been dehydrated over time, so it's probably it probably shrunk a little bit, but the emblem is typically just a little larger than the Spider-Man 2 one. The webs, to me, they always looked a little bit more silvery, but that might have just been, the decisions they were taking, behind the scenes with the camera and the lighting, to make it look just a little bit brighter than before in Spider-Man 2. It looks like it's in pretty good condition. Like most of the webbing seems to be there. We'll be able to take a closer look on the videos, but I see the original shoes are there with the soles. Webbing is mostly intact. I mean, most all the fingers are there. I think maybe even all of them. And then just, the foam latex, it's been holding on for dear life for, 20 years on this suit. And it seems like the majority of it is still attached, which is pretty remarkable. But both lenses are there. I see the shell is in there, the original shell. I can tell by the way the jaw is segmented here. We'll go into that a little bit. Both lenses are here. Looks like I can't tell if there's any cracks on them. It looks like they're pretty clean, both frames and lenses. And you see just around the lenses, this material here is probably foam latex from the inner shells gasket that they used for each stunt performer. And Toby, of course. Let's take a look at the price here. Starting price on the classic suit is 15,000, and that's for your opening bid. I'm not sure where they're estimating this to end up at, but for a starting price, 15,000, that's like actually pretty good. The last suit, full suit that I saw go to auction ended up around, oh my god, like it actually did pretty well, and it was like from Jim Atchison's personal collection, I believe, but the shell was not the original shell on that one, nor the lenses, because I know because I actually made those. Yeah. But this one does have an original shell, and I believe there's also an original muscle suit. I'm not sure if it's this one that's pictured here, but if it is, I believe this one was from Spider-Man 2 or maybe even Spider-Man 1. The one from Spider-Man 3 is slightly different than this. Pretty good price overall though, especially if the original shell is there, as well as the lenses are complete. There's a muscle suit, the original shoes are still attached, and most of the webbing. I want to say, I can't be 100% sure, but I have a feeling this is the suit that was on display at the Orlando Planet Hollywood outside Disney World. Look at the webs. They actually look great, all things considered. Like, most of it is there. Like, there's not a lot of areas where you can just like see just an empty patch, you know what I'm saying? And then okay, so you see the shell here. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Okay, so let me grab my mic here. So this is how the shell works. The real one, this is a replica, but as you can see, like the jaw is hinged, so it separates, and there's mesh covering the jaw here. But if you take a look here, you can see that the inside of the mouth seems to be kind of like pushed in. So when you're wearing it, it actually prevents it from going in, like, see. But this is kind of what's happening here. It's kind of pushing it inward. You know what I'm saying? As you can see there, the mannequin is lacking the strong jaw to push that out, so that it has the shape you recognize in the movies. But yeah, that's how the shells work. But the lenses, both of them looked beautiful here. Here you can see the original shell is in fact in there. The boots look beautiful. This one does look like almost brand new. Like, just looking at the shoes here, I don't see a lot of wear and tear. So this suit might have been an extra suit. I'm not sure if this was used at all or not. Most of the webbing is here. It just needs a little bit of patching, if anything, but honestly, like, since the majority of the webbing is there, I would just leave it. I would leave it like this. Both lenses do seem to have the steel mesh behind them, so that's great. All right, let's take a look at the black suit, which is the symbiote Spider-Man suit. So you can see here in the pictures are really good as well. That's why I love, when some of these original costumes and pieces come up for auction, the pictures are usually really good definition. You can get really close. This one seems to be not The webbing does not look to be in the same condition as the red suit's webbing. This one might have been put through the ringer a little bit more, possibly screen used. Most likely screen used, because you can see some wear and tear on this, aside from just, you know, age. But yeah, both lenses are there. It appears the original shell is installed. I do see some sort of musculature under it, but I'm not sure if it's the mannequin or an actual muscle suit. We'll try to take a peek at that on the videos that we were sent. But yeah, beautiful suit overall. This one was done with high density screen printing as opposed to just like regular silk screen or dye sublimation. So high density screen printing looks a little bit more like this. Let me see if I can show you guys. So that gloss comes from a raised plastisol ink that's applied and baked over the fabric. So this is also a replica piece right here. It looks like the emblem is mostly there for the front, and let's see if we have a picture of the back. Back one seems to be there mostly intact as well, and this one does have that brick pattern on top of the actual foam latex emblem, which is pretty cool. Also includes a stretch blank mesh fabric neck to ankle bodysuit fitted with foam latex musculature sculpted to the shape of the actor's body. So there is an actual muscle suit on this one as well. It's just not pictured. But this one, starting bid is only 5,000. So I mean, I might throw a bit on this if I'm being honest, because 5,000. That's, I mean, that's for the full costume. That's a really great starting price. It's bound to get a lot of interest. This is what it looks like on display at their Dallas offices. Looks like they used shorter mannequins, which is good because Toby's only around 5'7"ish. So these mannequins look pretty good. They're not overstretching the suits, which is great. I can see they're not like, you know, your regular typical 6 foot plus mannequins, because these are shorter than the shelves here, the display case here. These are the original shoes though on the inside of the boot, so these are custom made, fully custom made. Pretty rare to find these unless you're getting, you know, that boot. Sometimes you see these sold as just swatches, and I've seen the boots sold individually, and they go for a lot of money. This does make me believe this was screen used, because like you see a lot of wear on the shoes here, and even there's even some blemishes here at the very front, like you can see from like wear and tear right down here. It's even exposing the shoe underneath the fabric. And then on the left foot, it's like there's a hole right here on the fabric. The lenses are complete. The frames seem to be crack free. The only thing is they've become detached from the shell, so it looks like they're attached to the mask, maybe hanging on by a little bit of that foam latex gasket. So they might just need like a new magnet, or they might need a little bit of work to get them back in place, but nothing that can't be done. It's funny because like inside the mask there's almost like another, I mean, there's obviously the socket here, the eye socket, where you can see the mid frames glued onto the fabric, and this is detached from that. But there's something here that catches my attention. I wish I could see it in person or take a closer look. It almost looks like the shell has another set of frames already kind of like on that shell. And so that may be what's pushing out these shells right here. I mean, these frames right here, but I can't be absolutely sure. It's also, you can also see through this one a little better because there's no steel mesh behind it, whereas on the other lens you do have that metallic mesh that's like covering like the lens, so you don't see all the way through like you're doing on this one. But this is a mystery to me. I wish I could see this in person. Yeah, so the paint work is beautiful on the frames and the lenses. You get that beautiful chameleon paint job around the edges where it's the light, however it catches the light, it looks, you know, more purple, more black, bluish. Beautiful. All right, still I think this is a beautiful suit, and I do believe I am going to be placing a bid on this black suit. Now, if you are bidding, best of luck. And if you do win and you need and you want a little help getting it back in tip-top shape, just let me know. I can help. I can help.